Hi there, I'm Katy-Rose. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about productivity, but we're also going to talk a little bit about what allows us to be productive. So I am going to touch a little bit on well-being and motivation as well. So the things that I'm going to share about productivity are not kind of the be-all and end-all. They are not the answers, but actually they are things that I think we don't often consider as being relevant to productivity, yet from my experience and working with people, they can be quite simple steps to take, but ones that we often overlook. So here are my 5 steps to kind of increase your ability to be productive. Step number 1 is to be aware of your own well-being and your kind of mental energy. So it's very difficult for us to be productive if we are worried, if we have doubts, if we are ruminating, kind of replaying things that have happened or worries that might happen in the future. That is a lot of mental energy to be taken up with things, and we can't concentrate. So I have a background in mental health, so a lot of the things that I do around kind of unhelpful thoughts and how to actually take back control over those kind of thoughts and things. So if that's something that you'd like to know a bit more about, do leave me a comment in the description. I can video about that. But the first thing when we're trying to be productive is to look after your well-being. So if you know that you've got a lot to get done, have you eaten? Have you had something to drink? Are you well rested? Are you wearing clothing that's going to keep you warm and cool enough to focus on what you're doing? Do you have a plan in place of what you're doing and which step you need to take next? Just some of those basic little things about making sure that you're in a right space, making sure your environment's helpful for you. So do you need to put on a little bit of music or something so that you're blocking out other sounds, for example? Step number 2 is to connect. So this is not something that I've seen in a lot of other productivity videos, but I think it is quite important for us to connect with ourselves, to connect with what we're doing and why we're doing it, but also to connect with others. So it might be that you listen to an inspiring podcast or watch a YouTube video. It might be that you have an actual conversation with someone about what your plans are. So if you haven't seen it, I had a chat with my friend Diana on 9 different sort of lessons we've learned about kind of New Year's resolutions and forming habits. I'll pop links places if you want to see that. So having those actual conversations with people that will help you to reconnect with why you're doing this, to help inspire you and help get some of those productive juices, I suppose, going. Step number 3 slightly relates to 2. It's about thinking about what inspires you, what you enjoy, what motivates you. So it is the why am I doing this, the what do I get out of this, what's my outcome. It is a little bit of looking ahead and looking a little bit behind. So if you need to be productive in terms of cleaning the house, why do you need to do it? Well, because my parents are coming at the weekend and I want it to look nice for them. Well, because my cats are scratching a lot and I hope we don't have fleas and I need to make sure I do a full clean just in case. Whatever the reasons are, whether they're good or bad, whether they are new or old, it's just the weekend that I have free to do the housework. I need to get it done. There will be reasons for it, and it's about connecting with those reasons. What is it that fuels you to be productive in this endeavour? And connecting with that can be really helpful when we're having those difficult days where we are feeling that our energy isn't quite where it should be or where we'd like it to be. Step number 4 is to keep learning and stay curious. So when we are not feeling productive or when there seems to be a little bit of a halt or a gap in what we're doing, it's important to almost pause and just notice what's changed, what's stopping me here, what's the thing. We're not asking why, because I have a lot to say. I'm asking the question why. Maybe I'll make that a different video, but because why often just gives us a lot more to think about and doesn't often give us an answer we can act on it anyway. That's less helpful. But learning is something that's innate for us. We are curious and we like to connect the dots. Humans are designed to see patterns in things. Something that anthropology and psychology has taught us over the years. So What is it that is blocking you here? What is it that you want to understand about what's going on for you? And what is it that you are hoping to achieve from being productive in this way? So is it that you want to finish this essay so that you can get this qualification, so that you can do this job because it's your dream? Working your way up the steps. What is it that you're doing? What is it that you're looking to learn? What is it that will tell you that today has been worth it? What are you going to learn today? What are you going to accomplish today? I guess about being curious, but also about aiming for a specific outcome. Which leads me on to step 5, which is having a clear plan. So it's important for us to prioritize so that we are doing a realistic number of things on a day. So today I'm doing this video and I've worked out what my timings are, that when I'm going to edit it and when I'm going to upload it, so that I've got enough time to do those things. I could have also told myself that I was going to vacuum the whole house, but I know that because of the other tasks that I've prioritised, I don't have time for that today. So I've done a load of washing, I've put that out to dry, I've put my tax form in, I've completed a few kind of little tasks here and there. I went and bought milk. I've done things with my day that make good use of it, that are productive, but I'm not over planning. I'm not saying, I can get all of my housework done today because it's my day off, So it's important for us to A, prioritise, B, for us to realise and recognise that baby steps add up. So we do not have to do today what we want to be doing in a year. So I might want in a year to have a novel written. I don't need to start writing it today and write thousands and thousands of words today. I have time. That extra, writing 200 words today, 5 days a week, will get me there in a year's time. Or having those little increases on things. So they say that a 1% increase on something over time, it adds up to more than it appears. So I believe that if you had 100, if you were at 100 on some scale and you increased by 1% a day, that first one would be 101%, but the next 1% would be of 101, not of 100. Whereas every day you get that tad bit better, each 1% better you get, it's almost exponentially increases. I'm not particularly good at explaining mathematical systems, but hopefully that makes sense. So the tips that I have regarding a clear plan and kind of planning things and prioritising them is to, when you're writing a to-do list, when you're making a plan, is to focus on the verb. So this is something that Marie Forleo talked about in one of her videos, which I'll also link down below. It's about making the to-do list have verbs in it, have those action doing words that kind of ignite something in the brain. So rather than shopping list, it's write shopping list. Or rather than clean living room, it's vacuum living room. It's something a little bit more specific, very much helps the brain to know exactly what it needs to be doing, to plan ahead, to see, to visualise it in its mind what it has to do. And there's just something about that does seem to be helpful when we're making that to-do list, when we're talking to someone about what we're going to do, when we're listing things off. It doesn't matter whether you write it down or not, but thinking about the to-dos with the verbs attached can be really helpful in kind of helping us to actually act on them and therefore be more productive at the end of the day. So those are 5 steps to increasing your productivity. I hope they were helpful. If you haven't subscribed already, please do go down and click the little subscribe button. For those of you who already subscribed, thanks very much for supporting me, and I will speak to you again in the next video.